This is Purnima Devi from SNSCT. In this class we discuss about the data warehouse and what is data warehouse, which where we are used. These are all the things we discussed in the last classes. Now we discuss about issues as occurring while building the data warehouses. So when and how to gather the data while we are using the data warehouse in a source driven architecture. So gather the data and the resources to transmit the new information either continually or periodically in a destination driven architecture. So the data warehouse periodically sends the request for a new data to the resources. It will update at the sources or replicated at the warehouse in a two phases of commit. The warehouse will never be quit up to date with the sources. Two-phase commit is usually far expansive in these options, so that the warehouse is slightly out of the data. So in these data sources that have been constructed independently or likely to have a different schemes. In fact, they may even use a different data models or part of task of warehouses to perform the schema interaction integration, and it will convert the data into a integrated scheme before they are stored. So as the result, the data stored in the warehouse are not just a copy of data at the sources. The next data transmission and cleansing. So the task of correcting and pre-processing data is called data cleansing. So the data sources often deliver data with the numerous minor inconsistencies which can be corrected. For example, names are often misspelled and addresses may have a street, area or city names misspelled or postal codes entered incorrectly. These can be corrected to a reasonable extent by consulting a database of street name or postal codes in city. So these are all the data transformation and cleaning techniques which will be affect the data warehouse process. And how to propagate and update and relationship is that data sources must be propagated to the data warehouse. If the relationship at the data warehouse are exactly the same as the data source, the propagation is straightforward. So the summarization of data generated by transaction processing, the system may be too large to store online. So we can answer many queries or by maintaining just summary data obtained by aggregation. So instead of storing data, every sale of clothing, we can store total sales of clothing by the name and category. So need of data warehouse in a recent real world processes, and a database can store MBs or GBs of data, the two for specific purpose. For storing data of a TB size, the storage shifted to the data warehouse. So besides this, a transactional database does not offer itself to analytics. So this effectively perform the so it will effectively perform an organization keeps on central data warehouse to closely studies business by organizing, understanding and using the historical data. So what is the benefit of data warehouse is it is a better business analytics. So data warehouse plays an important role in every business to store and analyze all the past data and record of company, which can further increase the understanding or analysis of data for the company. Then faster queries. The data warehouse is designed to handle large queries. That's why it runs queries faster than the database. Improved data quality. In the data warehouse, the data you gathered from the different sources is being stored in analyzed. It does not interfere with or data add data by itself. So your quality of data is maintained, and if you get any issue regarding the quality, the warehouse team will solve this. Then historical insights. The data warehouse stores all your historical data which contains detail about the business, so that can analyze the time and extract the insights from it. So in this the data warehouse is based on the analytical processing, and the data warehouse maintains historical data over a time, and the historical data is the data kept over years and can use to trend analysis, make the future prediction, decision supports. And also the data warehouse is integrated generally at the organization level by combining the data in different databases. So for example, the data warehouse integrate the data from one or more databases. So thank you.